This is our first office hours kind of experiment where we would like to go into some details from maybe some updates from last couple of weeks or months. We will then turn into something more detailed, and that's visual testing. So what I would like to do today is that I prepare some sections to cover, or the chapters, or the topics to cover. And what we would like to cover today is something about testing workflows, what we improved last month in enterprise readiness or being enterprise ready, what is the contribution to some developer experience, and then, as I said, the visual testing, some deep dive. So that's for today. But I already mentioned it before recording. I prepared some vibe coded report for us. I would like to share and discuss with you, Honza. So, would you like to say something?
Yeah, maybe just to let others know that I don't know what you've prepared actually. So my role in here today is to put some stupid questions. So I'll do my best to do so.
Okay, let's try that. Hopefully, it will work. Actually, we have one attendee or viewer live
Hmm.
on YouTube, I can see. So, even
Okay, that's
not
great. It's not me.
yeah, it's not very much advertised, but still we are getting some viewers. So hello, one viewer there. Hopefully, some more people will come for the recording. But if you have questions, this is the advantage of being live with us. If you have any questions, you can just post them, and we will then process them later. As Honza is first time with me here, there should be a special chat for that, which you have on the right side, Honza. So if you want,
Yeah,
you can
I have something.
see there all the messages from our one viewer. There is zero
Hmm.
yet,
Okay.
but hopefully he will say at least hello. So
Okay,
we know
great.
how is it. So let's move on. As I said, I prepared a kind of report about what happened last 3 months, and I don't know whether it's. I will first show you the report, and then maybe we can discuss, if you are interested, how I build it or what I used to build it. Hopefully I can find it. Where is my... This is the window, and I need to share my screen. How to do that? Screen and this one. Share. Can you see that? Anza?
Yes.
So, and to look professional, let me maybe change our layout. How to do that? Do you know that? Layout. And this? No. This? Or I will keep it as it is. I don't know.
I think that's good enough.
Good enough. Okay, so I hide ourselves now, and let's move on. So what did I prepare? I used GitHub Copilot actually directly in GitHub and ask to review our organization, to go through the everything what we have there. And I also mentioned the key components we are working on to get some, for me, impressive number. I don't know whether you knew that we delivered 168 releases in last 3 months. How do you like the number?
Mm. I know the number like from the evenings when I'm doing the deployments. So yeah, but according to how I am tired by these deployments, I think that the number is correct.
But I felt like this is a good number to share, because a lot of
Yeah,
people, when
yeah.
I'm discussing with them, they are discussing whether to switch from the quarterlies to the monthly releases, or maybe we can do something else. But this is kind of maybe one or two release day, if I just counting the working days. So I'm happy with the number, and I know that a lot of people will maybe comment, yeah, but you are small startup, you can afford that, but with the big organization we can't. But I think this is something what we built maybe 3 years ago, or you built, using some CI/CD automation, so we now can run some semi continuous deployment. So this is one of the first section I wanted to share. I asked the copilot to build some nice, maybe I said beautiful, report. So I don't know whether this is beautiful enough, but this is what I've got. We basically shipped more than 70 releases to the commander. So maybe one third of our focus was on improving the user experience using our front end, and then the rest was related to the API. And we also tweaked agent and some other topics. I will cover some of these in the next section, but for that, as I mentioned, I split that into four sections: testing workflows, enterprise, developer experience, and visual testing. So, could we go on to the next topic, Honza?
So now the testing workflows, right?
Yeah, that would be the next one. And
Okay, go for it.
I'm not sure whether and how much it'll be just chatting, or we can even go and show some short demo of it, which I
Yeah,
didn't prepare, but we
I'm
can.
eager for it. So pick some nice feature and showcase it.
Okay. So what suggest Copilot to demo was reusable test cases, on-demand generation, concurrent execution, and agent reports. So if I would go
Mm-hmm.
down into the details, this is some explanation, and maybe that would be good for those who don't follow all the features we are building, that we would do some very high level view on that, and then we will do deep dive. So what we introduced last 3 months, based and thanks to our customers, the users now can run can run some kind of reusable test cases, and it works like page objects if you are used to test automation. So you can have one login procedure and you can recycle them or reuse them across the entire tool. So that's one. Then we try to shorten the readiness for test execution. So now we don't generate the steps of the test straight away, but agent does it during the test execution. So we prepare very quickly the tests and then we can run them straight away.
I think deserves to be point out this feature because it changed quite the overall quality of the output. Because what used to be there as the only option was pre-generating the flow of the test case, but right now it's actually generated by real execution of the agent according to the what succeeded. So currently, this new feature brings the opportunity to don't guess how the test case should be constructed, but construct the test case afterwards when the execution that agentic way is finished successfully.
Yeah, yeah. So it also helps the reduce some hallucination or some just assumption from the AI models in that flow, because the
Mm-hmm.
agent can then conduct that. And actually, we've got the first message from Veronica in our chat, so I was able to react back. And let's see. And I don't know why. Okay, I will not play with it anymore. I will continue with the rest. So we also improved the experience for the premium users and enterprise users, because now the parallel run is much smoother. And
Mm-hmm.
we with that we probably not probably, but we definitely also improve the experience of the all users, even the trial ones, because we also reduce the limit for how quickly you can rerun the next execution. Either it's crawling or it is test execution. There was, I think, 2 minutes limit, so you cannot run tests earlier than 2 minutes after the previous one. Now it's, I think, 10 seconds.
Yeah, it showed up that this is quite needed during that first test generation and running first test analysis to be able to tweak multiple things at once.
Yeah, yeah. So this is something what's there now, and hopefully people will like it. We also improved the reports generated by agent. It's now available for the all executions, so we will get back the reports. And
And
apart
I
from
think this is one of the things which we should share and showcase, because the report is there not only for the individual test case execution, but there is as well the summary from the initial crawling of the application. So I believe uh, this is something you maybe
yeah,
can showcase and share how simple it is.
good. So we have at least two topics to share, like with live demo that's reusable test cases, and then agent reports. And then last one is, and I will be very quick here. We introduce full support for versioning, so now you can see everything what you or your colleagues changed within the project, and it's stored in GitHub, so you can then have all the traceability what's going on there, and you can also see if some other colleagues working on the same project as you in the commander. So these are the new features or improvements, and I would like to now.
Maybe I have one of my stupid questions to that topic of the
Yeah,
versioning. So you mentioned the GitHub. Is the GitHub access or in general Git needed to be used with that feature, or how is that?
it is not needed for low code or no code testers, but it's pretty big advantage if you can access GitHub, because we have GitHub under the hood with all the details. So if you are technical, you have the luxury to work with your probably standard environments like IDE and Git. But if you are no coder or like some people say manual tester, then this is the way how you can just use our commander, our front end, to run it.
Hmm.
So, and for then what I will do now, I'll try to do the magic and switch the tab. So what we are going to now demo is reusable test cases, agent reports, and probably the commits might be also
That versioning.
the versioning might be also showed. So let me find a proper project for that. Proper might be too strong, but some project for that. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I'll start first with reusable components, switching to the different tab. Can you see my tab now?
Yes.
I randomly select some of my project. This is actually demo project, just to show you how this could work. So reusable components are the specific parts of the list of the tests, this section on top, which is degenerated during the test generation. And once we have these tests, then it continue with the rest of the tests to be generated. And what happens is that if you decide, for instance, this might be without any steps, if you decide to use some test case, I will take maybe this one, and you decide to generate the steps, you click on generate steps. And now what will happen is it will try to read all the context, everything about the product itself, but it also goes through the list of the reusable components. And I will just run it. If this reusable component will be found on the list, then you will get it here. Maybe that's not the best example. I let it run and finish. But there might be some other, yeah, we can see the reusable components are then stored here. But maybe better approach or better example would be to use some purchase product test. For instance, this one. add product to the shopping cart where you need to first log in because that's the feature in the app. You cannot add anything to the shopping cart and uh, and then continue. But you have almost all the tests with login, so you don't want to write all this fill email password or username password and login, but you can reuse the existing tests. So I will not generate it again, but let's go back to the one where I generated. So how you can work with that later, you just edit and you can see that that test is reusable test case. That's the feature. And you can select whatever reusable test cases are there. If you want to edit them, you can do it as well here. So basically that's reusable component and reusable tests and a kind of component you can chain to build some longer test cases and reuse them.
So can
Uh,
you use multiple of them in one test case?
yeah, I could do it. I could do it somewhere here. Product catalog. I can create even a manual test. So I would say purchase some product. I'm not specifying what, and then I can keep adding this manually. Reusable one, reusable two. This one might be, I don't know, where is it?
Yeah, the first option, I believe.
This one, yeah. So that would be login. Then I would have a second one.
Okay, so right now you are assigning it manually to be used and constructing the test case yourself from it.
Yeah,
And can it be generated as well?
yeah. I can do it in a way that I'll just remove these, save simple step like this, and in that
Just the
case,
name of the test case.
yeah, that's enough. Because if all goes well, now I need to find, yeah, this was the one, purchase some product. So this could be already runnable. I don't need to create any test, any steps. And that's another option how I can generate the steps at the end when agent finish.
Mhm.
Or if I want to reuse the components, we have another feature there to generate the steps. So I just generate the steps, and if all goes well, it should read the name or title of the test, and then what else? The product catalog, all these user stories details, context, and we have said in that analysis as we call it, and then we generate it. So basically, that's the way how it works. So any other question? I don't want to wait for the generator.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's awesome. Let's move on to other feature we've promised ourselves. So what was that?
Okay.
Reports?
Yeah, I was telling also on demand step generation. That was the tiny checkbox I quickly show. So when you have a test where there are no steps, for instance, this one, oh no, this is already with steps, so I need to find some other one. What about this one? Yeah, for instance, this one, you have an option to generate the steps after the run. So we pass to the agent some description and name of the test, and once the agent finished successfully, we generate the steps. So this is the way how it would work. I'll go back to my cheat sheet to quickly read what else we could cover. So this was the one. And then we had one more, and that was about the test runs. So in this case, I will probably use some other project maybe. Or I can rerun. Yeah, login with valid credentials. What about this one? It's too long. Let me find some other tests which were executed. I slightly broke my demo. Some older one. This one. No, it's maybe too old. We might miss some features. February would be good. What about this one? Did I run some tests here? Yeah, this one. Okay, so this is the example of that report we generate. So whenever we run the tests, all the details are here, And in case of failing the agent, we also indicate that. But you can there are multiple things what we improved last couple of weeks. One was the report, which is here, but also you might see all the steps with the screenshot along with the report, so you can then analyze and see all the details. So that was another one. And then we had one more, and that's a commit history. Hopefully, no, there is no.
Maybe the test cases could be the good example or not, because
Yeah, but
there should already.
I want to show you and the viewers something else. I want to show them
Uh-huh.
this one, user story, and then I would put there better. Uh, okay, I will just give up on spelling better version. And I'll save
Mm-hmm.
that. And what I would like to show you is that now you can change your version. And what you could also do is to see the diff. So this
Mm-hmm.
is something what is available there. So when you work with a team, you can also restore it, but you can see who changed what.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that this was generated by Wopee in mid of February,
Yep.
and today I changed that. So all these changes are there
Mm-hmm.
traced. Same for
So
the.
can you even regenerate this document with some additional instruction to fix the spelling?
Okay, let's try. Fix the spelling. Oh,
Yeah. Everywhere.
and make it beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
Okay,
definitely useful for testing.
yeah, but I think I will break it now. But let's have fun and break
Okay.
it.
So what actually will happen?
It will take the existing document and my prompt and try to improve that. But I think this is a kind of stupid prompt I am putting
Yeah.
there. But
So
let's
that's
see.
why there is the versioning, and we can revert
Yeah,
back to the original.
that's why there is the button for restore the previous version.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So it looks like it does something.
Okay. Let's
And
show us the diff.
okay, let's see. You are interested in this. Okay, it was
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
rewritten slightly, slightly.
Slightly. Yeah.
So yeah, but I can try another one. Fix.
I think this is enough
Okay,
showcase
okay.
of
I
this
don't know.
versioning feature.
I could play with it. I could say don't touch the document. Only improve the titles
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
translate the titles to the Czech language or whatever. So this is the way how it works. But that's basically it from the first one. I will just quickly check whether there is someone. No, there are no more comments. So we are alone. Maybe not alone, but yeah, I can see one viewer is still there. Some random strangers are walking around, so I'm just saying hello to all of them. So let's move to the second one. I don't think we need to um, go too much detail, but for our bigger customers where we are running some enterprise plans, we have multiple enhancements from the last 3 months. One was the one with self-hosting, and I will just quickly check whether we can or whether you can see us. Yeah, hopefully you can see us.
Don't know.
Too many windows. Yeah, I will I will double check it on YouTube. So let me see what they could see. So they see our screenshot, but hopefully we will pop up soon there. Yeah, we are already there. So what we delivered to our big customers or the enterprise or corporate customers, that was ability to run this solution together with GitHub for identity. So we are using not only GitHub but also GitLab for that. I believe there is a lot of opportunities to enhance it further, but for now this is one of the feature. Then we also enabled our solution to GitHub Enterprise for the enterprise customers using GitHub Enterprise instead of the regular cloud. And we also bring everything or introduce the capability to bring everything behind a proxy if you work in your secured environments. So these were some enterprise enhancement. I don't know whether you wanna comment, Honza, on it.
I think that the GitHub Enterprise deserves some comment because this is quite uh, important thing that everything we rely on according to the GitHub can be just under the organization management of your own. So this is quite big shift according to that there is no other data which would be stored in some public services or cloud or anything, which is the matter of the our production environment for the public, but for the enterprise they can just manage everything themselves, including the permissions and other related things. So this was quite a nice achievement, I believe.
Okay, good. So hopefully the customers also appreciate it. And then there is one more feature we have not shipped, or actually it's there, but it needs to be a bit polished. But we are now able to set up individual LLMs on project level for the enterprise actually for anyone, but we cannot support so many mid-size and small customers with these features yet. So for the enterprise customers now we can set up individual LLMs on step level basically, so we can have generators for the tests with using different LLMs than the code generators or running the agents and so on. So this is something what we are still working on, but I think we are very close to start, or actually we are starting testing that with first enterprise customers. I would move on to the next one, or any other comments here?
I just wanted to point out that this afternoon I'm going to try GPT 5.4 with that feature. So I'm really looking forward for the results.
I
But
heard
by
that
my
it's
experience,
yeah.
in general, I would say that the more clever the model is, the slower it is. So I always find some trying to find some balance in between how performant it could be, because not all the parts of the process are that heavy for the reasoning, not
Mhm.
necessarily.
Yeah, and I heard that it's expensive. I didn't check it yet. And I heard also that it's good for agentic flows. So maybe for the agent might be good. Let's see how it will generate the documents we need to
Mhm.
generate. But it was funny because the our internal joke, we were testing models with this car wash
Yeah.
question, and I was trying to do that with the model, and I find out that it cannot handle that. So
So
it's
you should go by walk to wash your car. This was the
yeah,
advice from the GPT 5.4. Okay, so
yeah,
not that smart.
same or very similar answer to the previous models.
Hmm.
Yeah, so and it's also a good opportunity to bring some local models or open source models. I'm experimenting with that for some other use cases, but probably if it will work, then we can bring them into that other solution as well. So I'll move on to the next one, and this is the section. It has title or subtitle developer experience, and it's about the IDE or how we support the. Basically, this is for two users. One is AI coding agent, and another one is any developer or test automation engineer. And why this might be interesting for you? One is that we introduced MCP server, and we saw some interesting use case already. We had a very nice hackathon, and I probably can mention that it was with our friends and long-term customers Multitude a few weeks ago, and Juraj Žabka promoted on the LinkedIn, so I can probably say that it's public information. And they already use it to integrate Wopee with Jira, so they were able to just add some comment and mention Wopee in the comment, and it automatically triggered test case creation, and it could run test cases. Thanks Rolly from the Multitude team to giving us such a nice demo on the hackathon. So that was the MCP server. Then we also introduced something which is super tiny, small feature, but it's how they say it's life to improve our lives. So what you can do now, and I want to demo this, even it's super small feature, that you can quickly clone the repository if you are using GitHub, or you can go quicker to the GitHub action. So let's do the demo here as well, even it's super small. So I will now share the other screen, and let me show you the demo. So Honza, can you see my commander?
Yeah. Hmm.
So this button was expanded, and now if you clicked in the past on the button, it opened GitHub on the code tab, but now we introduce also GitHub action, where you go directly to the GitHub action, and you might laugh, but it saves so much time. I don't need to click 3 times. I just need to click once, and I'm there, or maybe 2 versus 1. So we shorten the path to this information by half. And then if you are using any other or if you are using IDEs like VS Code or Cursor, you just click on that web or desktop link, and you will be navigated to your IDE, and it helps you to clone the repository or open the one if you have it locally. I'll just quickly demo it with this VS Code, and then we will move on back to the
Hmm.
agenda. So I need to, it opens a new tab. You can't see that, but I'll show you here. I'll share this tab instead. So now you can see my VS Code in browser. I don't need to deploy anything. It asks whether I wanna allow to have the GitHub repository. So this is first time setup. I need to authenticate VS Code to use it. There was a pop-up window you didn't see, but basically now I'm cloning everything into my repository, and I'm running it in a browser without any installation required locally. So it might be some kind of hack in quotes.
Yeah. Okay, but in general, what this is good for?
So in general, this is good for those who need to work or want to work with the code, because then, and actually we will demo it during the VS, during the visual testing, but you
Hmm.
have all the tests here, and you can switch between branches if there are any, and there should be. So you can see in this project I have 2 analyses, and I can switch between and then work with the code. So I can see everything what is happening in the commander via IDE. In this case, it is web UI, but typically advanced technical users using VS Code or Cursor or something similar to manage their code. So
Okay,
this
and
is
what about that MCP server integration? Is it possible to do it from here?
yes.
So can I basically make it upside down and use the commander, let's say from here?
Wow, I never tried it. We set it up, but let's try. Okay, so actually
Ma-
this is pre-set up for VS Code, and we have same for the cursor, and we expect that this is just still a kind of sample repository, and you will anyhow enhance that. But we pre-set up Playwright MCP, we pre-set up Atlassian, so you can connect easily to your Atlassian. And I know some guy from some enterprise customers tried via web, and it wasn't so easy because of the enterprise policy, but in general, you can use it. And then you have a Wopee commander here. And I will, for the demo purposes, I will do it, and then I will very quickly remove it.
I just
Let's,
wanted to hear if this is possible. So yeah,
yeah,
so
this
this is
should be possible.
pre-configured.
Uh, yeah, but I didn't. I would need to play with it.
I don't know
But
if this will work in a web version of VS Code.
I don't know either. So if someone would like
So
to try it or help to set it up, I am happy to help. but I think it partially worked on one, not partially. It worked for this one. I don't know. No, I don't want to now play with it. Actually, I don't know. It works
Yeah, but
definitely
the
for the desktop
pre-configuration
version.
is there already. So if I would like to use my local running agent with this MCP, just need to run it because it's prepared there.
Yeah, the idea here, and I cannot, I definitely know that it works with cursor on
Hmm.
desktop and the VS Code.
Hmm.
And in this case, you need to only set up this Wopee API key. So you need to generate it in a browser. It's stored. I will switch back. It's here under the project settings. You have a API key, and you create here my key or whatever name you give it. Then you generate it and copy paste this there. I will not do it, and I will remove it from here straight away. So you don't you don't use it to hack my project. So basically that's the way how you set it up, and then the MCP should start easily by clicking the start button here, and probably we have, or I don't know whether we have it here, but we should have a GitHub Copilot. Actually, this would be pretty useful exercise.
So
GitHub Copilot.
now you are sharing still the commander.
Okay, so I'll switch back to the VS Code. Thanks. And so this looks like it's not available here. So it will run only in desktop.
Desktop
So
version. Hmm.
I will stop here because then
Yep.
we are just testing together. I should, or I could do it myself. I will switch back to my list of the ideas to share. So I try to share the special button, let's say special, and that opens the IDE. That's this card, and it also opens the GitHub Actions. So this is what we were trying to deliver to
Hmm.
our advanced or technical users. I believe these are some nice features, but probably the most power on out of these three cards is behind the MCP server. So that's the number four, and I would move to the last one, which is visual testing. And I don't have again any slides or anything. I call this report as a cheat sheet for me to have some structure and follow some structure. I will stop sharing for a while before we will continue, and let's turn this into some kind of discussion. So, Honza, how do you like the first, how many? Three or four parts? Four parts. What do you
Yeah,
like
from
about the
the 168 or 9 releases, that there would be many things to play with. So yeah, I think you picked the nice ones, and there are a few more that I'd like to try myself. So uh, I'll do after.
But you know what? I didn't pick them. I asked Opus 4.6 and Copilot, GitHub Copilot to do that, and it was
Okay.
pretty good. I prompt only a few things, like I ask it. We don't have the LLMs ready yet, so don't push it there into the enterprise section that feature. So maybe I prompted by four prompts, very like simple one, and this I've got. So it's
Okay, so
pretty.
it's quite interesting because what I did in past, I prepared myself some script, which was then uh, showcased and presented by my AI avatar. And today this is vice versa. So your script was created by Claude,
Yes.
and now you are just presented according to the
Yeah, yeah,
arrangement from Claude. Yeah, nice.
exactly. Yeah. But if we team up these two agents
Uh-huh.
or
Yeah, yeah.
bots or whatever we will call it, they can work together and they will do it autonomously. So the next office hours will be without us. We will just watch the live stream or recording. But
Hmm. So we will
actually,
multiply the number of the viewers.
yeah, we will we will rapidly grow
Yeah, yeah.
our viewers. But actually, there is a number three, so three people watching.
Hmm.
I will just say hello to all of them, and if you are still there, uh, you can chat with us via public chat, or we have it as a public chat, but you're on YouTube, what I can see. No one is watching on LinkedIn because I didn't tell them that I didn't tell anybody that we will be streaming. But all these three random viewers, if you have any questions or comment, let us know. We had Veronica earlier. Maybe she
Mhm.
already left because I see also zero a few minutes ago, but now there is a three. So
Okay,
let's see.
so the best part of the office hours right now will begin, right?
Let's see. Let's see. So I will start sharing again. And how do you want me to proceed? Would that be good to, I don't know what, maybe start first with some kind of principles, theory, or why even we discussing the visual testing?
No, I first would like to see some quick
Code.
demo, definitely. But maybe just to tell our attendees what this should be about. So we've agreed that the first part of this office hours will be some summary and showcase briefly of some new features lately, and the second part, which we are right now starting, should be dedicated to some crucial feature which deserves some deep dive together and explanation and some different angles how can it be applied during your test. So this time I requested the deep dive into the visual testing, and I didn't saw what Marcel prepared in advance. So right now I can see that there is some awful code or something like that. But what I really want to see, and this is what I'd like to start with, is the demo of the practical usage of visual testing uh, in combination with that agentic approach, definitely. So if you can pick some simple example, maybe our well-known Dronjo application or something like that, and initiate the process or some test uh, by our agent and showcase the usage and benefits and the practical application of that visual testing approach with that first to make it like no code first, and then we can deep dive into all features and opportunities to integrate it. So yeah.
Okay, that's something else I expected, but let's.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm spinning up first project to have some tests already prepared by the agenting approach or the
Mhm.
autonomous approach, and I will spend that time. So I let the our agent to crawl the app. I will use the Dronjo, as you said, and for until or during we will wait for that. I will create or I will share this screen. I'm in the commander now, and the demo will be simple. I will use Dronjo. For those who don't know, uh, it is our, how to say that, e-commerce app, which was vibe coded without vibe coding because in the time when I built it, there was no such a thing. There was no even we weren't live in LLM era. And what I will do, I will just try to run very simple demo for this screen. So I will refresh that few times and you can see that we are getting different pictures all the time. And that might help us to,
So maybe that's why the name of the random gallery.
yeah. So I will use the link and I will create my project. I have multiple options what I want to use for the automation, but I will keep the playwright because that's probably the most favorite one these days. Maybe framework is competing heavily, but for the web UI or simply web UI, I still believe the playwright might be better. I never checked the numbers or not never, but I didn't check that for the long time. And what I will be doing first, I will create simple empty project. And what does it mean simple and empty? It means that it won't be empty, but maybe it'll be simple. So, so
Yeah,
this is
but actually, I thought that you won't initiate the analysis at the beginning
I
of
did
the
that
project.
in the parallel. So I can duplicate this tab and switch there. Let me switch to the different one. So before we started with this one, I did what you expected. And let me see. Yes, share this. So I run the analysis, and I didn't demo it how to do it, but
Mhm.
hopefully users know. And if not, there are some YouTube videos on our channel. Hopefully you are already subscribed. You can watch that there. So what it does is I provide the URL and the prompt, and it collects some screenshots based on that prompt, and it will generate the tests soon. And you want me to run the demo on this already generated tests, right?
Mhm.
That would be the
Yeah,
first
because
one.
if I get some prepared, well-structured test case library, let's say for this project,
Uh-huh.
and I want to immediately use it and start testing with it, then maybe the visual validation is one of those, let's say, no-code approaches I can easily use from scratch and
Uh-huh.
apply.
Okay, let's do it in that way. But I will not use the generated tests because I feel like it might be easier to run a simple test directly navigating to the gallery and have a just single screenshot.
So yeah, why not to prompt for it?
Oh, no, I don't want to prompt it. It's the quickest way is what I need to
Okay.
finish this generator. It's almost there. It is there. Okay. So what I will do, I will just do this test gallery. There might be some typos, and I will use navigate to, and I will put there this, and then I don't know, gallery. There is double L or single L?
Yeah, definitely double L, but okay, okay.
Gallery, what? Test, no. Landing page.
Yeah, this will definitely work, but I was like looking forward some autonomy even for the test. So
Okay, but this, like,
yeah, yeah, no problem. This is
that's
simple to
that's there.
understand what
I
will
don't know
happen.
whether we need to, because then the demo would be super long. I just want to have a super short
Yeah, okay.
example. This is the test. Yeah, this is the
Mhm.
test.
Maybe test.
Page. I put there page, not gallery.
I don't know.
I will need to check that. I will need to check that in the recording because I felt like there was a maybe that we have some tiny bug there, but it would be strange that it would change just one
It
word.
was
But
because of the bad spelling, I believe,
no. I think that
to
was.
punish you.
I,
Yeah.
I can't talk and work, so I was
Okay,
talking
so
and
so
I
run it.
didn't. Okay, I'll run it now. So let's go. If all goes well, so what will happen is that we will see some card here, and hopefully we will get some test in progress. And we can see that this is user story 6 and test case, user story 1 and test case 6. And we can see the first page here. And this first page uh, took or navigate to the URL as we uh, set up the test. And I can approve this one. Okay, we have some issue here. Let's see, maybe
It was
because
still running.
maybe it was still running. I will just refresh and let's see whether it will work. It looks okay. And then we have last screenshot, and this is designed this is by design that at the end of the test we want to have a very last screenshot, and then we have some report. So test is passing, and this I could also approve. And you can see the screenshot is the same. So in this case, I have the test and I have already the baseline ready to be tested. So whenever I run the test again, what will happen is that each and every step where I press approve will be validated. These steps are stored in our baseline, so I can see the number of user story, test case, and step name, and it gives us the baseline. And I can see that it was on master and so on, but we don't demo these more advanced features working with the multiple versions, but that we support that. So what I will do next, I will rerun the test. Let me see here. Where is the test? So I can see that this screenshot is there. I have also report, everything nicely displayed, and then I will rerun the same test. What should happen if all goes well, again, it starts, collect the screenshots, compare them, and if there is an issue, we would get, and I can't wait for the results to be displayed there, so I'm always navigating here. What we would see is that the page does not fit. There is some difference, almost 20%. And the number is not so important. You can lower or increase the tolerance. I have zero tolerance there, so maybe it's too strict. Some people say that any glitch might then break the test, so you can reduce that. And what you could see is basically the new screen. So this screen changed, but of course it changed because how to say that? The feature works like that. So you basically cannot use it for this one. But if I would like to use it for that one, I have some options to do that. So if I have any dynamic content I don't want to test, but in general the layout is something important for me, what I could do, I will try to do it here. I can select the area which I don't want to test and save that area. Okay, we have some nice errors popping up. This is interesting why this is happening now and I want to demo it. Honza, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying the fun.
So let me do that again and see. Save. Okay, now it works. The demo time is brilliant, and I always promise myself that I will never do it again. I will pre-record everything, but you see, it's here. So in this case, the test is not the test, but the step is green because this area is ignored. I could do it to that last step if I want, and in that case, uh, I would get green test again, and I would then test mostly the top part of the web page because the bottom part is not covered. I basically descope this part of the page from the visual testing. So that's it. I don't know whether you wanna demo something more on that.
Maybe that's enough. I'd like to hear just what is it good for, like why
Yeah.
the feature is there, and now maybe we can discuss the advantages or disadvantages, or what to apply it for, in which test cases it's suitable and in which not, so on.
Yeah, actually, I have some nice slides about that, but I don't want it to bring any slides here. There are multiple options or multiple things why this might be useful. You might have a super sensitive UI in terms of you want to really make sure that it works. So this is the way how you can validate the visuality is not broken. You might also need to use this for some responsive design, so you can run this, and we didn't demo it, but you can run it against multiple screenshots or setups. In this case, it's easy to set up via in the analysis. If you're interested, we can demo it next time. And so this is for covering multiple UI views or
Mhm.
viewports. Then it also helps if you need to validate multiple things or complex design. For instance, if you have some very specific chart, You might set it up into certain state and then you want to make sure that it works. Some customers also mentioning that they are using this to validate that they didn't break the layout of the app after what was the some I don't know whether it was React or Angular, but some of these UI frameworks, when you upgrade to the higher version, it completely break UI for some components. So they are running their testing of components using it. You might also use it if you want to validate multiple things at once and you don't want to write multiple traditional asserts, what we could also use here. Then you just take the screenshot and compare it against the other one. So that's basically it.
Okay, so what it can't handle is actually.
What it can't handle. The dynamic objects are not ideal for this approach. Also, if you have some unlimited or long, like how they say that, like infinite pages. If you have the page, especially the
Mm-hmm.
news, we had some customer from news where they have a news feed and you scroll
Mm-hmm.
down infinitely and you cannot do that. If you have carousel, this might be also pretty tricky. It could be done, but it won't be easy. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't start with that. Maybe if you are advanced enough, you could do that. I had one customer and they use it even for like negative approach. So they were checking if this is failing. So it's basically opposite. It need to always
Mm-hmm.
fail. There shouldn't be certain image on the
Yep.
screen. So that's another one. I don't know.
Okay, but basically most common situation is the dynamic data on a test environment. So when the test case steps are fixed and you are always doing the same, but visually you will get different results, then this is not useful approach.
Yeah, that's not it's basically trying to test your stability of your app in terms of visual, but if you have
Mm-hmm.
dynamic data, this is typically ignored
Yep. Yep.
because that wouldn't be efficient approach. A lot of stuff could be tested with this. And we have for the dynamic data, we have other visual approach. You can use AI to prompt the picture. So for instance, I can always ask that, I don't know, the
The green leaf
there
must
are
be in
three.
play.
For instance, I'll give you maybe
Yeah.
a good example. I could prompt whether there are three images and video player below them. So I can
Mm.
test that differently than comparing the images. We call it, I think we call it AI assert, or we keep changing the names. I don't know even how we call it, but that's another
Mm-hmm.
approach. So that's it. I'm just looking at the time. We are now running it for how long? I don't know where I could see that. Hmm. Oh no. Anyhow, I think I would stop here with the visual testing. We can go deeper. Or no, I will not. I'll show you one more very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, This is a project where I didn't trigger any. This is the project that I started demoing. I didn't trigger any analysis, so this is completely empty, or there is some, but why there is analysis?
Not started. So this
Yeah,
is
but
not started analysis.
yeah, I don't like it. I will remove. Let's see whether it works. I will remove. Okay,
Yeah.
successfully removed. So there is
Okay.
no analysis at all. There are no tests. I'll click on this button and I will click run anyway. It says there is nothing in the project, but I'll run it anyway. And what will happen is, uh, hopefully, let's see. I will use the magic button to double check. Yeah, it's running. So what we should see very soon is, yeah, that simple example will be executed. And what it does, because I create this project as a playwright, it has already pre-built one simple test to execute to basically create this screenshot for me. So I'll approve it and then I
Okay.
will run
So
again.
in here it looks very similar, but where where did this test come from?
Yeah, I'll show that soon, but you saw,
Mhm.
probably you saw the error, 17 seconds. I need to wait.
Yeah.
Why we have I cannot run so quickly to test in
Okay, so you can tell us where this test come from.
yeah, so the test comes from the GitHub under the hood. There is one sample test just to show you how it works. And now I'm running the same test again. And I will switch there by clicking on this repo. It opens a new tab. So I will share I will reshare that tab. You can see it here. And in folder tests, I have this simple test spec, which just giving you some example how you could set up it in Playwright. So if you need to create a test suite scenario, then I go to the project URL, what we set up during the creation, and then we take a
So in this
float.
case, it was that gallery page, right?
In this case, it was gallery page because I set up this parameter
Mm-hmm.
during my project creation as a gallery. If it wouldn't be set, it takes this one, but typically you anyhow put here your base URL. You don't use it like this. So basically, that's sample test. If you don't want to use our autonomous approach and you want to write it yourself, or you already might have your existing tests, you can easily integrate them in this way. There are a few more examples. You can go through them later. I don't want to demo them, but you basically can bring your test cases into the commander from your Playwright code. So that's it from the visual testing now. Let me
Mm-hmm.
switch back to my to my you see you said don't bring any slides, so I brought the HTML like a slides.
Uh-huh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So uh, what I would like to just summarize, you can use the autonomous approach and just enable by pressing approve the visual validation. But if you want to bring it to your existing testing framework, you need to add maybe 4 or 3 lines of code, and then you can run your tests. You can test either entire page or the element, and then you can do it for the robot framework, WebDriver.io, Playwright, and Cypress. And we have also visual assertion or AI visual assertion. This is a 4-minute video on YouTube. If you are interested, you can find it there. And probably that's it. I don't know whether I need to put anything else here. Any other idea, Honza, to share?
So maybe when I would start that no-code approach, should I approve all the baselines or all the test steps of all tests, or how to actually work with that in practice?
I would pre-select only the tests or steps which should be validated. Otherwise, it will be pretty unstable and not very convenient approach. I would use that one.
So start small, select
Yeah,
few,
yeah, yeah.
run test, and compare if this gives the value of the validation.
And let us know. That's the last step of the process because we are trying to listen the customers and users to improve that. So yeah, I would start smaller and then keep adding more if I am happy with that. And actually, I can see this with many other customers. They start small, and I remember one. There was just one user. Then they bring 7 other testers, and then they bring entire team to use that. And that was like adoption in a team, but also the feature wise, they start with some simple ones, and then we start discussing some more advanced how to even slightly tweak our SDK to make sure that it works for their use cases. So I would move on, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I will skip this one. This is about the versioning. And I don't know, we might. No, I won't cover it. I will just scroll up to this summary. So as we discussed, uh, we shipped more than 160 releases last 3 months. We keep improving the testing workflows and user experience. We also enhance and bring some more enterprise features. We also help or hopefully bring some interesting features and ideas for the developers and AI coding agents. And then we deep dive into visual testing. So that's what we covered today. I don't know whether the next office hours will be the same or similar or completely different, but this was first one, so hopefully you enjoyed it or you will enjoy it when you will watch it from the recording. And I can see that we have again or still 4 users watching us online, even we didn't announce it properly. So if you want, you can join us next time. And this is pretty random, but we will try to stabilize it and run it on every second Thursday afternoon if all goes well. So let's
Or
see what
just in about 2 weeks.
yeah. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Honza, would you like to say something?
Maybe I'd like to know what will be the next deep dive. So
I
they
don't know.
can tell us.
Do you
I
have
don't
any
know
preference?
if you have some suggestion. Maybe the comments are the proper place where to request for some other showcase of the features in the platform.
Yeah. And maybe I don't know whether actually what I will try to do, I will try to wrap this as a newsletter and send it with that report, maybe slightly improved or enhanced, and with the link to this video so people can watch that and maybe we might get some more feedback from there as well. Maybe not, we'll see. So maybe that's it for today and have a nice afternoon, evening, weekend, entire March, spring,
Yeah.
summer,
Live.
and year. Bye. Okay, so
Okay.
ciao.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.